All right, so I believe it's January 4th on Thursday, 2024. I've had these shoes off and on. I wore them for 12 years. So I had another pair that these were mostly used for jogging because if you don't know this, I'm actually a jogger. A lot of this will be, once I'm on top, we're going to be doing a total jog vlog. It'll take time to get there. There's a lot of things I have to go through. If I just run out there and start jogging, you know, everyone just flip out. So, but it'll happen, and we'll get into the whole jogging thing. I love jogging. Jogging is probably one of the most favorite things that I do. And I have never vlogged it. I've talked about it, and I've showed you after the jog or before the jog, but never during the jog. But it's part of my life. Jogging, cardio is a big deal. I've had these for 12 years, both of these. So tomorrow, I'm going in to Kohl's to see if I can get some non-slip shoes, so they don't slip to work in. And these are basically, I've been working in jogging shoes for many. I wore these sometimes to the factory in Maine, and then sometimes when I'd go out in the snow. I got them in Maine. So anyway, we'll be getting new shoes tomorrow, and I'll be vlogging it. It'll be non-slip shoes, are probably what I'm going to be getting. Okay? Now, the jog thing we'll get to much later, but we'll get to it. Not all of you will be able to see it, though, that watch the show. But most of you will, but not all of you. All right, it's just some leftovers from, if you want some, it's up to you. Or you can just lay there. But I didn't want it to sit in the refrigerator. What do you think? Give it a try? Or you just want to sit there? All right. Well, he got right up from that nap. All right, 57 degrees Fahrenheit. We're at 205,689 miles on the odometer. It's January 4, 2024. And gonna get some shoes tomorrow. So we're gonna go by Kohl's, probably get some water-resistant, non-slip work shoes. Just like my dad used to wear. And we're gonna get some of those. And now, when we talk about the jog thing, we're gonna plan a jog vlog. Now, I don't know if I'm gonna go GoPro. It depends on how I'm doing financially. But we can still do the vlog after the jog and before the jog. And that will be going on when the weather gets better, probably spring. And also, I'm gonna be more advanced in the screenplay. And I do have a floor routine that I'm gonna be getting back to. I've been under the weather for the last couple of days, and I'm kind of recovering. So everything's been on hiatus right now, other than just the vlog. So once I advance in the screenplay, by the time summer comes, we're probably gonna be working in at least a 30-minute jog routine. So where I am at now, I'm very familiar, and I've done tons of jogging. So we're gonna try to get back to that eventually, and keep the floor routine. Now, when I mean floor routine, it's everything from stretching to, you know, calisthenics and things like that. You know, things that you would do, and I guess you could say maybe like an advanced, I don't know, I wouldn't really say, I guess maybe mime class or theater movement class, and then, you know, maybe a gym class, you know, stretching and stuff. But I don't show all that because some of that stuff's secret, like top secret stuff. But I could show some of it. I've showed a little bit of it, you know, some type of stretching. And then, like, to cool down, and I don't mix the two. I don't mix exercise with yoga. But to cool down, I try to do a little bit of, like, maybe a little bit of yoga too, and some stretching and things like that. I've been doing that secretly off and on from the couch, you know, laying on the floor and doing minor yoga stuff. And, you know, it's a fight, you know, this whole thing with acting and stuff. You ultimately, you want to stay in shape. You want to try to do that no matter what you look like. Most actors are somewhat, they stay in like physical shape. So we're gonna shoot for that, which is it's a fight. Like it is a F-I-G-H-T, and it changes the way you speak and think when you get the proper exercise. 3 things in life that'll work for you that you have to get. You have to get plenty of sleep. Most people get that. A lot of people, well, not everybody, but a lot of people get plenty of sleep. You want plenty of food. You want nutrition. And then you want to get that exercise. Especially as an actor. You want to get that sleep, so get rest, get that food, get nutrition, and get to that exercise. Right? So that way, your thoughts are clear, you're good to go, you're relaxed, and you don't have to worry about a lot of other stuff, you know? And you're more hireable, too. So it's going to take some time, but those are my plans. They've always been my plans. And there's been times in my life where I've been able to accomplish those 3 things. And I've gone as far as New York City, people, with acting. I'm nothing to just blow off and say, hey, you know, it's another lazy actor. No, I'm a serious person. And I've gone as far as California, Long Beach. I've worked on Hollywood movie sets. You know, it's not just washed up completely forever. Actors can bounce back. Same with musicians, writers, or, you know, I guess you could say vloggers now. But we can bounce back, and it's one day at a time. It's, you know, it's one little moment after the next, and it's just, it's baby steps to get there, you know. But once you get there, and you know, you stay on top if you can. I like to get like roles that are involved in action and stuff. Like the one I got in Dallas was it was pretty much almost like a kung fu movie. You know, it was a karate movie. You know, it really was. It was a lot of fun. But I was not really completely ready. But I was I did get cast in it, and I was like, you know, I wasn't even really like training and stuff, and I still got cast in it. Look at this right up here. One thing I wanted to say about Back to the Future, that was Robert Zemeckis. I don't even know if Spielberg was involved in it. He may have been secretly, but Robert Zemeckis was the director. Just wanted to say that. 5:14, 4 minutes, 1.4 miles, next delivery. Say like all these leaves are mounted through the winter. It's one thing about being a homeowner is there's far more responsibility than you think. And you know, maybe eventually when the time comes, don't know exactly when. Not all of you will be able to see the vlog of it, but sometime in the future, not near future, but I'll probably settle into a home. And when I do, I'll be dealing with a whole new vlog, because being a homeowner, you have to appease the neighbors, appease the homeowner association, you have to appease the community, and you take on the role of a homeowner. And some do well with it, you know. But I've only owned a rental home. So I've lived in a rental home for about a year. And there's a lot of like, you have to mow the front and back your lawn. That's one thing you have to do. It takes time. You have to be there. Or you have to hire someone to do it, at least. And that might be it right there. Just make sure the lawn is kept up. You can't have certain things out front, you know. Every community is different. But there's certain rules depending on what neighborhood you live in, or they'll cite you or fine you. You know, you have to keep in line with the rules and regulations of the homeowner association. I don't have to do that right now. You do, though. A lot of people that are watching, you may have to. But then there'll be a time when I will, and then we'll share that together and talk about it as a community. Now, I'm not necessarily saying what type of thing I live in now. It's not exactly a home like you would think a traditional home, but I kind of keep that all private. But maybe in the future, possibly, I'll get out of the whole rental home aspect of life and own my own. I tried to do it with my second wife. It almost happened if we had an extra $20,000, but that was way back in the day. But like I said, when it does happen to me, not all of you that are watching now will be able to see it, because you don't know the future. Only God does. Turned out to be a back house back there, and so for the guy in the front, the front house let him know. Yeah, a lot of people don't realize the back house life, but there is one, so there's a lot of houses out there, and then there'll be like a back house, and they can rent that out like an apartment or townhome. Usually you find those on Facebook, or you can find them on Craigslist, things like that. They're not always they don't advertise the same way as apartment complexes. But usually what you do is, if you're good with the landlord or the owner, then that's pretty much all you have to really worry about. There's famous people that have lived in the back houses, like, for example, Cato, who lived on OJ's property. He lived in a back house. And I think there's been a few other people too. I just can't think of it right now. If you know anyone that was famous or well known that lived in a back house, let me know. There's probably tons of rock stars and tons of actors and things like that have done it. It's a nice house. Next delivery, 5:46, 1 minute, 0.3 mile. You as well. Thank you so much.
All right. It's been a long time since I had one of these. Y'all know we were so late.
Looks like a retirement community right there. They've got a dog park too. All right, next delivery is 6:36, 4 minutes, 2.3 miles. Next delivery, 7:36, 2 minutes, 0.7 miles. All right, next delivery, 7:56, 13 minutes, 5.3 miles. Alright, so pretty accurate so far tonight. Probably about 24 miles. The other one reads, I think, about the same. Reset both of them. Pretty much when I got to the place of delivery today, I reset it. So that's pretty good, accurate, about 24 miles. I don't know if it's going to be accurate on this though, because you can only count when the delivery begins and ends. So, you know, so when you write it off, you only write off that amount. You write off the trips only, not that amount. That's the amount that was used getting back from other deliveries and other kind of stuff. So you have to pick it apart.
absolutely.